Hey guys, it's Tracy. Digging Times Past. Thanks for watching my channel. I appreciate it. If you like what you see here, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. So, I haven't filmed in a while. This is my new house. Well, it's a new old house. I've owned it for about 11 years, but I haven't lived up here full time until a couple months ago. House itself was built in 1930. Has a lot of history. It used to be back in the 1800s, before this place was built. It was owned by a guy that was farming it, and he owned my property and a bunch of other properties, about 80 acres in total. And the person that built this house, it was rumored that he had cattle and did some pasturing on the property here. So it definitely has some history. I've been told that there's somewhere in the property that a couple cars were abandoned, and while those are gone, and if I swing over it, obviously I'm probably just going to find a bunch of rusty metal, but I'm hoping that somebody had some change in their pocket that fell out into the floorboards, and then when the cars rusted away, the coins fell into the ground, or something else kind of cool. So one of the things that kind of also has my interest peaked is that down here at the bottom of this hill, and you can see, lift you up here, see there's the house there. This is all grass. This is just a yard here. Down here, as you can start going down this four-wheeler trail, you can see that there's actually, it's actually paved. There's asphalt on the ground in here. So that kind of has my interest peaked. And you can see it like right here. So, you know, and it goes all the way to about like maybe up here. And then it goes back to being just dirt. So who knows what might be down here. I don't know what the purpose of the road was. Might have been related to when he had cows on the property. So this is not the direction. Oops, sorry, I dropped my shovel. This is not the direction that they told me that the junkyard was in. So yeah, so you can see, got my nice little four-wheeler trail here, and then I'm just swinging along here. So now I'm off the paved part of the road, and this is just dirt along here. So checking to see if there's anything out here. You can kind of see over here, I got a pond. It's not a very good picture of it right there with the trees, but see what's out here. And see if we can find any cool relics out here. That'd be fun. So like I said, the property I know was farmland back in the 1800s and is now, and then the guy that bought it in the 1930 used it for cattle. And I've detected out here before, and I found some barbed wire and stuff that would be indicative of fencing that he would have had up for cows and stuff like that. But so I'm just gonna do some swinging. Oh, looks like maybe we do have asphalt still. This is still paved ground here. So anyway, I'm gonna do some swinging, and I'll turn you back on if I find anything cool. See you in a little while. Bye. Okay, so I got something here. Only rang up as a 15, but it's right here on the surface, I think. I don't know. What's my pinpointer set at? Yeah, it's right on the surface. So let's see what it is. Looks like it's just a piece of an old can, but that's really old. That's oldie. Old tin can. So yeah, all right, let's move on. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. There we go. I'll try it with the other arm. Maybe the sun won't reflect as bad. So I'm getting 31, 32 right here. Whatever it is, seems pretty small. As it's down about 4 inches, so let's see what we got here. And there it is. The old ring pole with a full beeve. Yes, sir. Yeah, there you go. One full beeve ring pole. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so what I have here is this is a creek runs through the property, and this is a big bend. It's like a 90-degree turn, but if you look across here, I can kind of zoom in on a little bit. There's cement on the other side, which leads me to believe that, and there's a bunch of pretty substantial pieces of granite, like they're cut granite there and stuff like that. So this kind of leads me to believe that maybe there was a bridge here at one point in time. I remember when I first bought this place, I could cross the creek. I could step across the creek and walk on this cement part right here. So this is widened out. We had a couple of really big rainstorms over the years. As you can tell, I've got a bunch of trees in the water from the creek overflowing, swelling, and taking the trees out. So this, I think, was possibly a bridge across the creek, but I'm not sure. Just one of those things that adds to the mystery of the property, and that's what we're going to explore. And you guys are going to come with me. Hopefully I'm going to take you along with me for a lot of it while we do the exploring, and maybe we'll find stuff on the other side of that creek, because that's my property also. All right, let's keep going. So here we are. This is just down. You can see that over there. That's where I was just filming with the creek and the cement. So here we are in another part of the creek. This is a low part of the creek. This is where I would normally cross to get to the other side. And on the other side, there's not much over there. There's another pond over there that's kind of small. You can see that there's the remnants of a deer blind that I had made. That's from several years ago, and it hasn't been used, so it's kind of fallen apart. But yeah, the creek goes down here. You can see all the washout over the years. And yeah, so I'm gonna go down here into this area right here, because this is all washout from the creek when the water was high, and see if there's anything down here, either just visual on top of the ground, or if I pick anything up from the metal detector. Okay, so I haven't found anything, but just want to show you this. I mean, that's obviously man-made piece of cement sitting there in the creek. It's down, I don't know, quite a ways from where all the other cement's at. And then, hold on, drop the shovel again. And then again, you can see, got these, perfectly cut pieces of granite sitting over here. So I suspect that maybe the person that lived here before me had access to like leftovers. I don't know what the term is for it, but just the stuff that they don't use when they're mining the granite. And so he was having some of this stuff dumped on the property as fill, because there's just so much of it. I mean, you can see here, there's another piece right there. That one's flat, and then above it is like a cube shape, a couple of cube shaped ones. So yeah, there's got to be a reason that that's out here. It had to have been dumped for some reason, but I didn't find anything walking around out here in the water or up on the rocks. I don't have my boots on, so I'm not going to cross today. That'll be a plan for another day. Today's just I'm just kind of exploring a little bit. I just want to kind of get an idea about the land. Like I said, I've owned the land for like 11 years, but I've only been metal detecting for two and a half, and haven't really come out here much. I've done the yard area around the yard and stuff, but other than that, I haven't really done much detecting. So hopefully that's going to change. We're going to be getting out there, and I'm going to take you guys with me. Maybe we'll find some cool stuff. So see you later. A deep 22. Well, let's see what that is. Lots of roots. Oop, that's a rock. All right, let's see what we got here. Probably gonna have to turn up the sensitivity on the pinpointer a little bit. All right, let's see what we got. All right, so whatever it is, I got it out. That it? Well, all right. Okay, well, after about 10 minutes of digging, I finally found what I was looking for. It's this. I don't know if that's a piece of lead or if it's just a hot rock. So, it definitely my target. No idea what that is. So I'll examine it a little closer when I get home to see if it looks like it might be a part of a bullet or something. So yeah, that's it. See you later on the next one. No, it's hard to see it. 30. Fairly deep. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to it because of all the roots. Right there. All right, let's give it a go. See what we got. Oh, it's nice and soft here. Phew. That last one had a big root in the middle of it. Okay, it's still down in the hole, but I'm right on top of it, so hang on, I'll be right back. All right, so here it is. Another ring pull. Beeve intact. All right, see you in the next one. That was a deep hole for that, too. Look at how far down I went. That was, oh, good 4 or 5 inches. All right, let's see what else we can find. Okay. So, getting back up towards the house now. Getting all sorts of tones off that. That's a pallet, so I'm sure that's just nails. So, the junkyard I was telling you about where they said that he might have dumped a car or two is down that way. Now it's hard to see, but there's actually a 4-wheeler trail there. It's just overgrown. I usually mow the trails, but we had to cut down that tree. And we threw a lot of the brush right here where the trail is. And so I got to clean that up so that I can get my mower in there and clean it up so you can see the trail a little bit better. Anyway, so that's about it for this part. Just heading back up the hill to the house, swinging along the way, seeing if there's anything there. I have searched up higher. I'll show you when we get there. Oh, what was that? Okay, I got a 26, 27 right there. Let's see. Right there. Come on, pinpointer. Right there. All right, I'll give this a dig. What the hell? Let's see if it'll come up on my pinpointer. Save myself some time digging. Hang on, you're not going to see me for a second. There. Okay, so we're pinpointing it right there. Let's see what we got. All right, so let's dig this up. That was better. I started on the other side before I started filming. It's all rock. But this is Wisconsin, northern Wisconsin. So there's a ton of granite in the ground here. All right, let's see what we got. Let me move my digger out of the way so my pinpointer won't trip in it. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, whatever it is, it's right here. Big piece of iron. Look at that bad boy. Hold on. The size of that thing. I'm sure it's just a rock. It's got iron in it. Or, I mean, if I'm wrong, tell me, but I think that's all it is. I think it's just a rock with iron in it. There's no, well, this edge is pretty straight, but I don't know. If you think I'm wrong and it's not a iron rock, let me know in the comments, please. I'd be interested. I'll hang on to it in the meantime. See if there's anything else down there. There is. All right, seeing there's more. Let's see what else we got. Oh, is that it? Yep, it's a nail. All right, piece of iron and a nail. Let's see if there's anything else. Yep. Oh, I feel something metal there. What is that? Is that another big chunk of iron rock? Good. What is that? Oh, look at that. Ginormous washer. All right. Finding things now. Be quiet. Okay. Sorry, I thought I heard like dog chains come, dog bells, like a dog with a collar was coming up on me. So yeah, that's just a washer off of some sort of piece of machinery. So yeah, I'll add that to my pile. See what else, if there's anything else in there. Yes, there is. Hang on. Nice thing about digging in your own yard is you don't have to worry about being nice to your plugs, because you have no one to blame but yourself when they look like crap. Let's see what this is. Let's see. Is that it? No, that's a rock. Oops, sorry. Not feeling anything there. I got a beep there a second ago. Where is it? All right, let's see what that is. All right, what am I chasing now, huh? Is it hitting on the shovel, maybe? Oh, there it is. There it is. Another nail. Well, actually, I think that's a screw. Yeah. Another screw. All right, let's see. Anything else in the hole? Are we done? Wait. There. More stuff. Good Lord. Nothing there. Oops. Is that a false single? There's some more in there. Maybe not. No, I'm not hearing anything, so maybe there wasn't another thing in there. One more go around. Oh, there it is. No, that's a piece of wood. There it is. A nail. All right. So our collection included, let me move that stuff over. I will show you. Oh, yeah, that's what we got. Got a piece of rock or some sort of machinery, piece of iron, a washer, a screw, and 2 nails. That's a pretty profitable haul, even though it was all garbage. All right, let me check one more time. All right, I think we're done now. Oh no, not another one. Oh. This is like the hole that keeps giving. Once you start, you know, you got to keep on digging it all, because you never know that cool silver coin could be hiding underneath all this garbage. All right, maybe we're done. I thought I heard something else, but not anymore. All right, I'm going to call it. All right, calling it. Cool. All right, I'll see you on the next one. So even though this is my yard, I do still practice good plug digging techniques, so I did clean it up nice. Just wanted to show you that I'm not leaving open holes in the middle of my yard. So, all right, let's go on to something new. So I haven't left yet from my last hole. I just wanted to show you something I forgot. Something I forgot to show you. So that little flowered, it's kind of flowery bush right there. So my trail that we just walked down is there, and then there's the brush that leads to the other trail. So underneath that brush, about, I don't know, 4 years ago or so, I found a cobalt blue milk of magnesia bottle. Now it wasn't a real old one. It was a screw top, and it said Phillips on the bottom. So, but it was glass, and everybody likes cobalt blue. So I don't know if there was a dump there or if that was just a happenstance drop, but something that I'm going to look into a little more to see if maybe there's more bottles or more garbage over there that is worth looking into. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. All right, so I'm just about done. I just wanted to show you. I turned my sensitivity up as high as it'll go, just to kind of show you. I took my headphones off so you can hear it. There's targets everywhere. So let's turn the sensitivity down to 8. See how that does. High signals, mostly numbers in the teens here. I know that there's a lot of shell casings out here. You can see that board is where I've done some target practicing. 30, 35. So let's see if there's any real high tones real quick before I call it a day. Just kind of coin shooting right now. I've got, you know, forever to dig up all this little stuff. Oh, what was that? Oh, that sounds nice. 51, 50, 48. All right, let's take a look at that. Pinpointer. There it is. Okay. Right there. All right, let's see what we got. It might be a shell casing. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna sit down. Hang on. Ugh. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, we're on it. Let's see what we got. That's not it, is it? No. What do we got? Come on, be a coin or something cool. Rocks and stuff in the ground here. Let's see, did I get it? Well, what's that? Oh, I found a car. Look at that. I would have never thought I'd find a car out here. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I'm so happy. It's a Hot Wheels. Not real old. Yay! Made my day. What car is it? So maybe a Ferrari. I can't tell. I don't have my glasses. Let me see. Oh, yes, I do have my glasses. What does it say? It says, hang on. Made in Malaysia. 1990 Mattel. Doesn't say what kind of. Oh no, it's. Yeah, it does say Malaysia on it. It doesn't say what kind of car it is. But anyway, look at that. I found a car. Yay. That's a first. I've never found one in the yard before. I've only found them in the tot lots and the parks. So, all right. Cool. All right, later. Okay. $26, $27, $25. Could be a nickel. It's pretty deep, it says, huh? Right there. Nope, it's not deep at all, actually. All right, let's see. Here's the pinpointer. Oh. And the digger. There's a big rock under there. right, hang on, I gotta sit down. Ugh. What is that? What is that? Oh, just a piece of aluminum. Nothing special. I was hoping it was going to be a nickel. Oh well. All right, on to the next thing. So I'm looking at this little piece of lead that I found. And let me see if I can move it here. It looks like there, you can see there, right there, it has like a little pattern on it. So I don't know what it is. It's heavy. So if you know what it is, or you have an idea, or a thought, or a guess, let me know, because I have no idea. And then on the end here, it's kind of hollowed out on this end. So I don't know if it's an old like lead bullet that hit something hard and flattened out. I don't know. What do you think? I mean, I guess with the hollow end, I kind of think it might be like it's about the size of a 22 round if it is. I don't know. Did they make 22 rounds that small back then? So let me know. Don't mind my dog in the background. He wants me to play with him. So, all right, later. Okay, here's the wrap up. I found this hot rock. I don't know if it's a hot rock or if it's a piece of iron. Definitely rang up on the metal detector and the pointer. So I don't know if that's a hot rock or a piece of iron. I found this giant washer off of some sort of piece of machinery. A couple pieces of scrap metal. This is an old can. This is aluminum. 2 nails and a screw, 2 pull tabs, and then the find of the day was this Hot Wheels car. So, yeah, not bad. Finding targets, that's what counts, and, you know, I was very surprised to find the car, so who knows what else is out there. Looking forward to it. Again, if you liked the video and you followed me this far, I appreciate you very much. Please hit the like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll be better about getting videos out on a weekly basis. All right, talk to you guys soon. Bye.